The screen says that I am now live, which means it's 10 p.m. on Saturday night in Atlanta, Georgia, which really means that it's time for 25 with a gangster comedy. Your host here on ATL Digital Comedy on Saturday nights. Your host, the guy who's here on a Saturday night, guy here to make you laugh. So everybody out there, got some people tuning in there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to have I got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. A lot of funny shit. And, yeah, just trying to wave to some folks here. And, so... So anyway, yeah, I'm Tony Viagra on a gangster comedy. Gonna do some comedy tonight, make you laugh. Got an important announcement that this coming Friday, October 22nd, I'll be doing stand-up comedy at the Steelton Elks at 9 p.m. That's Tony Viagra, the gangster comedy, at the Steelton Elks in Steelton, Pennsylvania. Next Friday, it's coming Friday night at 9 p.m. There's going to be some other great comedians on the card. Also, they're going to have a Halloween roast, which will be very cool. And they got a great lineup for the roast, including Muff1F, who's a very funny lady. And so it's going to be a great show. So if you're in the area, that's Friday night. Steelton Elks, 9 p.m. Stop by. And you can see Tony Viagra doing his stand-up comedy live. Yeah, so that's coming up Friday night. It's gonna be, I know they're getting a big crowd, so like get there early because it's gonna be really crowded. It's gonna be a great show. And that's my main announcement. My other announcement is that some may recall that I ran for president in 2020. There's a dinosaur from that campaign, the Tony Viagra 2020 bumper sticker. Now, why am I mentioning that? Well, I'm mentioning that because, what the fuck happens here when you're trying to wave to somebody? Well, let's just say hi to everybody who's just stopped by here so far. Marco Belli, Ice Cool, Raw Cream. Thanks everybody for stopping by. We really appreciate your presence and we're going to make you laugh. So as I was saying, as you may know, I ran for president in 2020 and you might have heard that I was not successful, as that I'm not currently the president of the United States. You may not know that, but I hope that's not too traumatic for you. Okay. Anyways, I'm planning to run again in 2024. I'm planning to run for president again in 2024. Why? Why? Because, hey, I can't fuck things up any more than they're fucked up now, right? And also because I'm very qualified to be president of the U.S. So I'm very qualified. Why am I qualified? Because I can be as totally fucking full of shit as the current leaders are. I can be really full of shit, just like they are. And I know it's a challenge. It's a challenge to be as full of shit as our current and former presidents. It's a challenge, I know. And it's a challenge, I know, but I can be just as full of shit as they are, which qualifies me to be president. And that also, another qualification is that I'm not a senile old fart, at least not yet. And also that I'm not a pandering megalomaniac asshole, at least not yet. So that qualifies me to be president. So I will be getting new bumper stickers out one of these days, and I'll have a formal campaign announcement. A formal campaign announcement announcing my candidacy for president probably in the next few months. Hopefully by February. January, February. I'll have the new bumper stickers, and I'll have a formal campaign announcement, which will be heavily attended by at least three of us, me, myself, and I. And just maybe I'll get my running mate, who's yet to be determined, but I have a good idea who it will be. My running mate might stop by too, because we'll be running as a team. And so that's the update. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. So if you're disgruntled with the current political situation in the country, you're not happy with the candidates, you do have an option. You will have a choice in 2024. Tony Viagra is the answer. Support Tony Viagra in 2024. And if you don't want to support me in 2024, support me in 2025. Who the fuck cares, right? Okay. You know, does anybody out there fortunate enough, lucky enough to still have their grandmother, grandmom? Anybody out there? Huh? Raise your hand. Anybody got their grandmom out there? Raise your fucking hand. Okay, it's okay. And, yeah, let's just see what's up by. Yeah, we said hello to those people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Canada is fucked. You're right, Racy. Yeah. You mean, are you implying that Prime Minister Trudeau is not one of your choices? Is that the implication of your message? Okay, and yeah, yes. Since I do occasionally watch the CBC, I have some familiarity with the current political climate in Canada. I'm not sure which is more fucked up, here or Canada. That's an interesting discussion, though, that I don't have the answer to. And so anyways, as we were saying, is anybody out there fortunate enough to still have a grandmother or grandmom, you know, whatever, different nationalities have different names, what, Omar or some shit, I don't, Omar or some crap, or Bubby or whatever for the grandmother. Anybody out there still fortunate enough to have their grandmother? Okay. Well, that's great if you do. I'm envious because I never knew any of my grandmothers, actually. Never knew any of the real grandmothers because they're all dead before I was born, unfortunately. And maybe if you asked them, they would say, fortunately. I don't know. But, so I had a step-grandmother because my grandfather married a woman. After my dad's mom died, he married this woman. And I remember her fondly. She was about 5 feet tall. Her tits hung down to her fucking waist. She was top heavy, and she used to fall because her tits were so fucking big and so hanging down so bad. I mean, the fucking gravity took control of that lady years ago, I'll tell you. And the thing about, her tits were gigantic and hung down to her waist. She was about 5 feet tall. She always had a headache. Every fucking day this lady had a fucking headache. I mean, every fucking day this lady had a headache. I mean, every fucking day of her life. And I felt bad for my grandfather. Then it wasn't bad enough that she always had a headache every day, but once in a while, she would get a migraine headache. And when she get a migraine headache, it was all hell would break loose. And my poor grandfather was so henpecked. He'd be running around like a maniac looking for ice bags and shit when she'd get her fucking migraine headache. Oh, yeah, my hand, it's dancing. You never saw a fucking head dance, but her head, it's dancing. And he started running like a fucking maniac. He's just so fucking henpecked, poor guy. And, and then she'd take the Emperor compounds. And the other thing I remember about my grandmother, my step-grandmother, is her breath always stunk like shit. And, you know, when you're a little kid, they'd say, oh, yeah, kiss grandma goodnight. It's like, oh, please, no, not that. Can I just pass on that to her? Can I just take my head in the fucking toilet? It smells about the same. Probably smells better than her breath. Oh, no. These are things you remember from when you were a kid. You know, kiss her, oh, my God. Hey, Mom, her breath stinks like shit. Yes, and so that's a little insight into my family, my upbringing, to help you understand why I'm the way I am. And we'll get into more of that later on in the show tonight. You may wonder, and we'll talk about it later. I'm sure you're wondering, like this comedian is really fucked up, and he's out of his fucking mind, which might be a relevant point, but The main thing, folks, is I dress up like a fucking asshole to make people laugh. Because I'm a comedian. That's what it's all about. And if you've ever been out and you've seen Tony do stand-up live, you know what it's all about. You know, I get lots of laughs. And that's what it's all about, is getting laughs, making people laugh, making you laugh, making them laugh, making you laugh, making everybody laugh, because that's what it's all about. It's making people laugh. And things are so fucked up now. Laughter is really important. Laughter is really important. Yes, it is. And, it's fraudulent. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Show me one government that's not fraudulent. I love to see that sometime. Show me one government that's not corrupt. I don't think you'll find one, okay? And I'm just saying hello to everybody to stop by here. And, that's my grandmother. And, And I can tell you a really funny story about my grandmother. My uncle, my dad's uncle, my great uncle, drove taxi cab in Philadelphia like back in the 1930s. Drove yellow cab. And one day, as you know, if you're from the Philadelphia area, there's a famous train station in Philadelphia called the 30th Street Station. Like, it's world famous. Okay, so my grandfather and his brother were at 30th Street Station for, I guess somebody went on a fucking train or some shit. And then my grandmother's sister was there. And she said to my great uncle, she said, "Oh, we don't sound like a brother." And my great uncle said, "You should. Look what he took off your hands." And that was hilarious. And man, did they get pissed off at my poor great uncle. They got so pissed off. And it was so fucking funny. I think my sense of humor, my comedy, it comes probably from my great uncle, who was a taxi cab driver in Philadelphia. And I know passed away, I never knew, but he was very generous to my dad. So that's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. And I got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. And got a lot of time to do it too. But yeah. So, have you ever seen these commercials on TV for beer and whiskey? Have you seen them? A good example is that commercial for Pacifico Beer. Have you seen that commercial for Pacifico Beer? It's for people who follow their path. I thought, what if you don't know your fucking path? What are you supposed to do? Drink Iron City? And then there's Captain Morgan Rum. Captain Morgan Rum. Captain Morgan Rum. And calling all captains. Calling all captains. I was wondering, how many times do you have to drink Captain Morgan Rum, get shit-faced drunk, and piss your pants before they'll promote you to captain? Just wondering. And then there's Dos Equis Beer. Dos Equis Beer. You seen that fucked up commercial with the guy who looks like, the old guy with the big fucking beard, he's like 400 pounds overweight. Stay thirsty, my friend. Stay thirsty, my friend. Why the fuck would I want to drink a beer that wants me to get dehydrated? What are you going to do, give me a Dos Equis IV? Then go fuck themselves. And have you seen that commercial on TV? Excuse me, it's so sad. For that hospital for crippled children. It's so sad. I thought, it rips my heart out. You know, these poor kids with one leg and kids with one arm and kids with a walker and kids in wheelchairs. It's very sad. And during the commercial, the one little fellow in a wheelchair, one little fellow holds up a big blanket, you know, with a teddy bear on the leg. If you send in a lot of money, they'll send you this blanket. Okay? So times are tough. You know times are tough. I know times are tough. But I wanted to help these kids because I feel bad for them. So I sent in $5. But I could tell, even my $5 made a difference, because the next time I saw one of the commercials, the kid in a wheelchair was chewing bubble gum and blowing bubbles. So it helped. You know, have you ever noticed how people who own birds are different? Have you ever noticed that? And how they name their birds are really fucked up. A good example is, I know someone who has a bird. One of these birds that lives for like 500 fucking years. Well, outlived them by a couple centuries. One of those birds. And they named the bird Zaza. Now, who the fuck would name something Zaza? And, you know, good morning, Zaza. Hi, Zaza. Oh, look at Zaza. Did Zaza eat? Oh, there goes Zaza. Ha ha! Oh, Zaza just shit on your head. Oh, that's so cute. Zaza's so cute. You know, if somebody had a dog, like a Rottweiler or a Doberman or a German Shepherd, and they named him Zaza, you know, that dog would bite the fucking shit out of him. Rightfully so. I'm having a really fucked up day today. Yes, I am. A very fucked up day. Because when I walked in the men's room before to take a piss, there was big writing on the wall. It said, free blowjobs with a phone number. It's my ex-wife's phone number. You know, if I was a psychic and I knew that an airplane was going to crash, I'd buy a round-trip ticket for my ex-wife. I'm just fucking around. You can't say that. That's not right. You can't say that. I'd buy her one-way ticket. You know, ladies and gentlemen, oh yeah, hi everybody. The waves are working, cool. Yeah, hi everybody. Hey everybody. We're gonna try to wave at everybody. Yes, Canada's fucked. Ooh, whoa. I don't think that's unique to Canada, sir. I think there might be some other governmental organizations that might be in that same boat. The good ship fucked. Yeah, like the good ship fucked. On the good ship, we're all fucked. And then, you know, I need to apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been just a little bit too cynical about my ex-wife. Just a little bit too cynical because she really is a good person. Yes, she is. She's a good person. She really is. You know, she feeds the homeless to lions at the zoo. You know, my ex-wife is so fat, I got a hernia when I tried to lift her spirits. And to support you know, I had a near-death experience. My marriage, I lost 200 pounds of cellulite. I got divorced. I'm glad she's gone. Yes, I am. I'm glad she's gone. I really am glad she's gone. I really am, because she's very superstitious. She has a rabbit's foot. Her other foot's normal. Yeah, I wanted my soulmate. I wanted a soulmate. I wanted a woman who was stable. She belongs in a stable. And she's on a special diet. She had all her meals delivered by a feed truck. And she had to have a trough. She had 4 stomachs and choose her cut. But I had a trophy bride. Yes, she was a trophy bride. She was a trophy bride. And I wish she's on the wall next to the trophy moose. But I'm sleeping a lot better now. Sleeping a lot better now because I had a lump on my mattress. I had a lump on my mattress. My divorce lawyer got rid of the lump. You know, and my ex-wife, she has a borderline personality disorder. Too bad Trump can't build a wall on that border. And she's very demanding, very demanding. And I always wanted to try to please her, make her happy. And I remember one Christmas, she demanded jewelry. She wanted jewelry. So I gave her jewelry. Yeah, I did. I gave her anal beads and a cock ring. Fucking cunt. And I say that with kindness and respect. So don't take it the wrong way. If there's any feminists out there, I'm politically correct. Okay, cool. Like, we'll get to some developments along that way a little bit later. I got some things to tell you about. And yes, and you know, we were an ugly couple. Yeah, we were. We were an ugly couple. We were an ugly couple. We were so ugly. We got the negative from a wedding picture framed. Anybody out there still know what the fucking negative is? I mean, you know, we're tech challenged here with our material anymore. You know, different generations. You know, she's ugly too. When she goes to the beauty shop, she gets an estimate. She's big in astrology. She's a feces. Her perfume smells worse than beer farts. She wears Chanel #2. Smells like she just made a #2. And she was overweight, so she went to one of these diet doctors. He told her what she eats. Now she's in front of a mirror. You know, when I was married, way back when I was married, when I was stupid enough to get married, yeah. We fucked twice a year. On the 4th of July and on Christmas Eve. In other words, It took either a revolution or the birth of God's son for me to get laid. And we used to do it dog style. Yes, we did. We used to do it dog style, but that got old. She'd keep barking, I'd give her a treat. And I was not getting any action at home. So I dropped her a hint. Gave her a bag of laid potato chips. Laid potato chips. Laid fucking potato chips. She didn't think it was funny either. And one night, Max and I recorded ourselves fucking. Then we watched the video. And I gotta tell you, we were really fucking stupid. First, there were the dumb, goofy faces. That's before I got in bed. And then the screaming started when I wiped my cock on the curtain. And then she sat on my face and left a big fart. You know, we're so embarrassed after that. We always fuck with our clothes on. You know, I was trapped in a bad marriage. Trapped in a bad marriage. Trapped like rats. Nothing ever went right. Nothing ever went right. I started Cox's to get me a seersucker suit. She went to Sears and got me a cocksucker suit. And I learned one thing from that marriage. I learned she's nuts and I'm nuts. And two nuts don't make an almond joy. I recently went on a blind date. I'm excited to announce that. And, yeah, make sure I'm not missing anybody who stopped in here. Okay, yeah, man. Just trying to wave to everybody. Well, thank you, everybody, for stopping by here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Elvis just left the building. But Tony's still here. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. We're going to make you laugh. Tonight. So if you're drinking, drink more. If you're smoking, smoke more. If you're taking edibles, take more. It'll make all this shit seem a lot funnier, okay? And that's the key, man. Just magnify the fucking humor, you know. Or take any other fucking shit you take that makes the shit funnier. It's all cool. It's all cool, man. It's all cool. Yes, so I went on a blind date recently. Yes, I did. I went on a blind date. And we agreed to meet outside. And when she saw me walking towards her, she started waving her arms around. I thought, wow, this is cool. She seems really excited. And as I kept getting close, she kept waving her arms more. And then she started dancing around. She kept dancing, and she was waving her arms and dancing and waving and dancing, waving and dancing, waving and dancing, waving and dancing, waving and dancing. She's having an epileptic seizure. So I fucked behind a garbage truck in the parking lot. And I recently went on another blind date. I don't know if I'm honored or sad to report, but I did. I recently went on another blind date. And we agreed to meet at Starfucks. You know Starfucks. I call it Starfucks because when you buy a cup of their battery acid coffee, you get fucked on their overpriced shit, okay? So it's Starfucks. Okay, we agreed. Oh yeah, we agreed to meet at Starfucks for a cup of coffee. Or whatever fucking poison they have there. Okay, but I gotta tell you, I'm very respectful, and I'm very non-judgmental, and I'm very polite. I am, believe it or not. But I gotta tell you, folks, this lady's ass was fucking big. I mean, we're not talking about big. We're talking about capital B, capital I, capital G. Big, motherfucking big. You know, it looks like she goes to a gas station, she gets her ass inflated. I mean, this lady's ass was fucking big. Not like a lady with a big fucking ass, but we're way beyond that. This is like, her ass is the biggest, like National Park big. You know, I started wondering if her grizzly bears grazing her fucking ass. That's how big her fucking ass is. You know? And, you know, her ass is so fucking big, she had to have a wheel on her ass so she didn't get stuck when she's walking up a hill. That's how big her fucking ass is. And, you know, her ass is so fucking big. So big. It really is. Her ass is so fucking big. You can put a saddle on her ass and ride her in a fucking rodeo. And, you know, her ass was so fucking big that Starfucks had to grease the doorway so she could leave. And I recently, a long time ago, not recently, I went on another blind date. Yeah. And it didn't go well. She kept poking me in the groin with her white cane. Hi. And, make sure I'm not missing anybody here. This fucking, yeah, thanks for, Ray C8, thanks for the very kind message there, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah, and I got a lot of shit to talk about. I got a lot to get off my chest. I do. Yeah, 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 and got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed how the weather girl on TV is always kind of attractive, young, and high energy? Have you ever noticed that? Have you? You ever noticed that the traffic lady isn't quite as attractive, not as young, and not as high energy as the weather lady? Have you ever noticed that? Which leads me to wonder if it ever gets a little catty between the two of them. Like maybe sometimes when they go to commercial break, maybe it sounds a little bit like this, like this, like this. Hey, traffic bitch! Yo, traffic bitch! Go play in traffic on the interstate. Hey, weather twat! Hey, weather twat! Yo, weather twat! You better start showing more cleavage and sucking more dick, or they'll fire your fucking ass and bring some hoe in here to replace you, weather bitch! Have you ever noticed that? Has that thought ever crossed your mind? And while we're talking about similar topics, have you ever noticed, you know, with your glass eye, have you ever noticed how people define themselves with cars? Have you ever noticed that? Have you? Have you ever? Have you, ladies and gentlemen? This comedian Bob Hopeless. Have you ever noticed that? If you go on YouTube, I want to mention, I think it's on there. If you go on YouTube to Tony Viagra, please subscribe to the Tony Viagra channel on YouTube. Please, please, because I just loaded a bunch of new videos on there last night. I finally got around to it. There's a bunch of new videos on there. There's Tony Viagra as President Joe Biden doing a press conference. There's Tony as Dr. Fauci at a press conference. There's comedian Bob Hopeless. There's Frank Perdue for Purdue Pharma. And some other stand-up, Tony doing stand-up. So please subscribe to the Tony Viagra YouTube channel on YouTube. So I hope I didn't say that wrong. But yeah, please subscribe to the Tony Viagra YouTube channel on YouTube. I loaded a bunch of new videos in there last night. I was up way too late. And we won't get into that, okay? That's kind of personal shit. I was up having some problems. Some personal problems. I was up way too late. So I loaded a bunch of videos on there. And I have a bunch more to load on there if I can't figure out how to do it. So please subscribe to the Tony Viagra YouTube channel. There's a bunch of new videos. I think you're going to really like some of them. Hopefully all of them. And tell your friends. Please tell your friends to subscribe to that channel. Check out those videos. You know, the Joe Biden press conference got great reviews. Dr. Fauci, that got great reviews. Comedian Bob Hopeless got great feedback on that. So please check it out and subscribe to the Tony Viagra YouTube channel. Please, please, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate your support so much. Yes. So, have you ever noticed how people define themselves with cars? Have you? A good example is when you see a guy driving down the street in a $70,000 Corvette. A $70,000 Corvette. That's a lot of fucking money to get your dick sucked. You know, I used to drive around town in a 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass. An Olds Cutlass. Anybody remember those great cars? 71 Olds Cutlass with the Rocket 350 engine in? Motherfucking great cars. And those motors ran for fucking ever. That's when GM used to make good stuff. Now they make shit. I'm sorry to report. I'm done with GM. Anyways, so I used to drive around town in a 1971 Olds Cutlass that cost $1,200. Of course, it got used. As you get my dick sucked, and it was better than a $70,000 Corvette. Why was it better? I'll tell you why it was better. Because the inside dome light didn't work, which means I couldn't see the zit in front of my fucking face. Have you ever noticed? I know it goes. Yeah. Big Chief not get enough rest. And nap. Big Chief tired. Okay. Del Tonto. Big Chief tired. But we'll continue on because the show must go on. And I'm a trooper. Yeah, so how about when you see a gorgeous, voluptuous blonde driving down the street in a $70,000 Corvette? What does that mean? It means it's a stolen car. And how about when you see somebody driving down the street, when you see a guy driving down the street in a Mini Cooper? A Mini Cooper. Anybody ever see a Mini Cooper? What goes through your mind? Intellectual. Environmentally concerned. Socially concerned. Douchebag! You know, people are worried that there's going to be an insurrection. And I'm worried that I'm going to have an erection. You know what the point in my life, or the other thing that's hard, are my arteries. I'm getting older now, so it's going to dye my hair. But my hair died before I could dye it. And then there's COVID-19. COVID-19. And we need a drink. We need a drink. I'm almost fucking talking. Oh. Excuse me, folks, while I get my my Gatorade Zero G. There's nothing in this, like no vodka or anything. I mean, there should be, but there isn't. So I'm sober. Okay. So it's COVID-19. COVID-19. I'm trying to get COVID-19. I am. I'm trying to get COVID-19. Because at my age, I'll take anything that's 19. And I can't wait for this pandemic 10. Can't wait for 10. So I can pick my nose. Yeah, this pandemic is crazy. It's really fucking crazy. You know, I haven't had a drink since this pandemic started. Now I use a funnel. Let's just see if we're missing anyone in here. I want to wave to everybody that stops by. And don't want that. Yeah, hello. Here's some new folks. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Let's wave to them. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thanks, everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by. Let's get this shit off here. It's fucked up screen shit. They're too sensitive. Yes. And and there's a $1,400 stimulus check. People got a $1,400 stimulus check due to the pandemic. And I've been wondering, did prostitutes get a $1,400 stimulus check or just a check? They don't need stimulus. And things weren't bad enough. Then there's two COVID-19s. One from China and one from Italy. So how do you tell the difference? Well, the one from Italy has an accent, and it talks with its hands. And this pandemic is so bad. It's with the Delta variant. This pandemic is so bad. With the Delta variant, it's so bad that now a person dies every minute from COVID-19. A person dies every minute from COVID-19. That's the same person. Isn't that fucked up? And now the big thing is social distancing. Everybody's doing social distancing, and I'm an old pro at social distancing because women have been keeping their distance from me for years. This pandemic has changed the whole world. A good example is I went to a Chinese restaurant last night for takeout. And now C19 is pandemic, no my fun. And, of course, the biggest change has been the advent of Zoom video. Zoom video. I'm sure everybody's heard of Zoom video conferences. Yeah, Zoom video at work, Zoom video conferences. Aren't conferences at work, whether they're on Zoom or live in person, aren't they the most boring fucking activity on the fucking planet, on the fucking universe? I mean, talk about fucking boring and pointless and a waste of fucking time. I've never been to a fucking meeting ever, whether it's on Zoom or in person in the office, that wasn't a total waste of time. It wasn't a big fucking sleep fest. Oh, hope that's not just me. I hope some of you may have experienced that too. So Zoom video. That's the big thing now, is Zoom video. And their stock went way up, and now I think it's come back down a lot. But anyways, I didn't catch that fucking wave. So fuck it. But Zoom video, I love Zoom video. I love Zoom video because last week I went to church services via Zoom video, which means I did not have to spend 2 hours sitting behind that big fat lady having to smell rotten, stinking farts. And I was watching TV last night. Yes, I was watching TV last night, and they had medical experts on talking about COVID-19. And the medical experts said a person has a far better chance of survival if they contract HIV, rather than COVID-19, because there's long-term effective treatments for HIV, where there are none for COVID-19. So what the fuck are they saying? Sounds like they're saying it's safer to have anal sex with an AIDS patient than let some old fart cough on you. And this pandemic, This pandemic, oh, this pandemic. I'm so sick of this fucking pandemic bullshit. I'm sure you are too. This pandemic gave me a big dilemma. A big dilemma. And my dilemma is, if somebody really fucks you over, it's okay to wish to get COVID-19 and croak. If that's too harsh, it's okay to wish to get COVID-19 and don't croak. Just get permanent lung damage and spend the rest of their life in an iron lung. Is that okay? If that's too harsh, it's okay to wish that they get colon cancer. Or if that's too harsh, it's okay to wish they get a brain bleed. Or if that's still too harsh, it's okay to wish that they get an intestinal blockage. And on and on and on, etc., etc., etc. Yes. Yes, this pandemic hit the economy really hard. Really hard. People need jobs. People need jobs. People are looking for jobs. People need jobs. People are looking for... I'm not looking for a job. My dog's job. So I don't step in it. And our town is so poor. Our town is so poor. We can only get COVID-18. And big news on the pandemic. Big news on the vaccine for the pandemic. Big news on the vaccine. They just brought a vaccine just for the hood. Only for the hood. A vaccine just for the hood. It's manufactured by Johnson & Johnson. It's 35% less effective than Pfizer and Moderna. So you send it to the hood. And, speaking about this pandemic, folks. I got to tell you. This pandemic killed my social life. My social life is dead. That is dead, man. It fucking killed my social life is so dead. The only time I hang out is when I take a shower. Oh boy, and I want to welcome everyone to ATL Digital Comedy on Saturday night with your host Tony Viagra, the Gangster Comedy, where we present family-friendly comedy, suitable for the entire family. Thanks for dropping by. Has anyone here ever eaten rotten cunt? Can I see a show of hands, rotten cunt? Rotten cunt going once, rotten cunt going twice. There's no shame in eating pussy. No shame in eating pussy. Nope, there's no shame, because eating pussy is patriotic. It's patriotic because every schoolboy knows why George Washington had wooden teeth. His teeth right out from eating a Martha Sticky pussy. And Abe Lincoln, honest Abe Lincoln, President Abraham Lincoln, he led the country through the Civil War. And as you may know, he always wore a stovepipe hat. Not because it was the style, but it was to hide a big lump on his head that he got from eating his old lady's pussy. Then there's FDR, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR, he led the country through World War II. And as you may know, he was confined to a wheelchair. Yes, he was. And they said it was from polio. Can you imagine a president getting elected today who's in a fucking wheelchair? But who the fuck knows, right? In politics. Anyways, they said it was from polio because in the 1930s they couldn't say he was eating pussy. What really happened was FDR was eating Eleanor's sticky pussy, and he contracted something and went right to his spine and paralyzed him. He was confined to a wheelchair. And they said it was from polio because in the 1930s they couldn't say, oh, yeah, here's a lady's pussy. Can't say that. Can you say that now? You couldn't say it then, but can you say it now? Because, yeah, and, yeah, so, a little brain dead tonight, folks, and then there's Sammy Davis Jr., Sammy Davis Jr., one of the greatest entertainers of all time, and poor Sammy got throat cancer. Poor Sammy. I had a chance to see poor Sammy in Las Vegas with Jerry Lewis. A chance to see him when I was out there. And my former asshole, stupid girlfriend I was with, insisted we go to see Joan Rivers, who wasn't that funny then like what she was later. So I missed, and then after that, Sammy Davis got throat cancer and died, and oh boy, that's my big chance to go see Sammy. I'm sure he did a hell of a show. Anyways, so poor Sammy got throat cancer, And they said it was because poor Sammy was a big smoker. Poor Sammy got throat cancer from eating Mae Britt's pussy. And then there's Jerry Lewis. Anybody remember Jerry Lewis? Anybody old enough to remember Jerry Lewis? He had those hit comedy movies in the 1960s that were big hits. Big hits. Remember Jerry? Anybody out there remember Jerry besides me? Remember Jerry? Jerry's big talent was, hey lady, Verneuben. That was the extent of Jerry's talent. Anyways, towards the end, Jerry's head got as big as a balloon in the Thanksgiving Day parade. They said it was from steroids. What really happened was, Jerry was eating only his pussy and his fucking head exploded. And you know, big news. Hershey's bring out a candy bar for people who eat pussy. Yes, a candy bar for people who eat pussy. A click cunt bar. A click cunt bar. Can't you hear that jingle? What will you do for a click cunt bar? What will you do for a click cunt bar? What will you do for a click cunt bar? Well, you'd eat more pussy. You know, sex is crazy. Yeah, sex is crazy. Sex is really fucking crazy. And, yes, sex is really fucking crazy, as you may know. And sex is really fucking crazy. You know, sex is fucking crazy. It really is. You know, I don't understand sex. I don't understand it. No, I don't. I don't understand sex. All I know is, before I get my rocks off, I feel like eating ice cream out of a pussy. And after I get my rocks off, I feel like taking a dump in it. You know, I learned in graduate school a long time ago. That it's best to use music to explain difficult, complicated concepts. It makes those difficult, complicated concepts simple and understandable. And so here it goes. I'm going to use music to explain the complex concept of sex. Here it goes. You know, before I get my rocks off, it sounds like this. I want to be with the cinnamon girl. I will be happy the rest of my life with the cinnamon girl. And then after I get my rocks off, it sounds like this. You can have her, I don't want her, she's too fat for me, she's too fat for me, she's too fat for me. So I hope that musical offering assists in your understanding of this very complex concept. And you know, before we get going here, let's go to the ATL Digital County ground rules. There are several. Ground rule A, it's BYOB. BYOB. Bring your own bag. Look, if your woman was, oh boy, look, if your woman's really fucking ugly, put a bag on her head. Give us a little fucking break. It's BYON. Bring your own Narcan. But that's just too fucking expensive. If you OD in your place, you're shit out of fucking luck. And it's BYON. Bring your, oh, excuse me, I just did BYO. It's BYOD. Bring your own drugs. Bring your own drugs. Look, I don't share mine. It's okay if you want to share yours, especially your weed. And it's BYOL. BYOL. Bring your own Limburger cheese. Look, if you get pissed off at your own house tonight watching this shit, put a block of Limburger cheese under your chair, because I guarantee in the morning, your whole house will stink like shit, and you won't know why. And also, the last ATL Digital County ground rule is BYOT. BYOT. Bring your own toilet paper. Look, we're not going to go fucking broke here, because somebody's going to spend the whole fucking night wiping their fucking ass. Okay? Just being economically, financially responsible. Okay? Okay, now it's important you know a little bit about me. You know a little bit about me. You know, I have an alcohol problem. I can't afford it. And I had a normal childhood. Yeah, I did. I had a normal childhood. I was breastfed till I was 17. And I'm a drug addict. I'm a drug addict. Yes, I am. I'm a drug addict. I should have castor oil. I don't get high, but my bowels are great. And I'm an ex-con. I admit it. I'm not going to hide it. I'm an ex-con. I scored 3 to 6 for ripping the tag off a pillow. You know, there's a rumor going around town, it better stop. Somebody spread a rumor around that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B were fighting over me. Yes, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B were fighting over me. That's believable, isn't it? Nicki Minaj and Cardi B wish they were fighting over me, but only a gangster bitch can hang with me. Because I need a gangster bitch. 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 But I'll settle for a smelly old skank. And you know, folks, ladies and gentlemen, the audience out there, you know, I'm a people person. Yes, I am. I'm a people person. I want people to need me. I need people to need me. Because in the immortal words of Miss Barbara Streisand, remember her with the big schnoz and she's cockeyed? In the immortal words of Miss Barbara Streisand, people who need people are a big pain in the ass. You know, I'm very self-conscious tonight. I'm very self-conscious. Yes, I am. I'm very self-conscious. I feel like my meat's hanging out of my pants. Yeah, I do. Can you see my meat? Can you see my meat? Can you see my meat? Do you want to see it? I need a new doctor. I need a new doctor. I told my doctor, Dr. Lipschitz, everything I eat goes right through me. I can't digest anything. And he said, I have the perfect cure for you. He prescribed marijuana suppositories, so now every time I fart, it smells like there's something in my pants. Smoking a joint. I got a lot of health problems. Can't you tell? Don't agree with me. Come on, give me a break. I got a lot of health problems. Went to my eye doctor because I couldn't see. He told me I have glaucoma and put me on medical marijuana. I still can't see. But now, when I fall down the steps, I laugh a lot. And my vision got really bad. So they gave me a seeing eye dog. But the seeing eye dog had cataracts. So they gave the seeing eye dog a leader dog. But the leader dog had PTSD. So they gave the leader dog a PTSD dog. Then I joined the Circus with a Dog Act. And then I said to the eye doctor, I said, hey, doc, I got double vision. He prescribed 2 pairs of glasses. You think he's a quack? Don't answer that. And I went to my urologist. Because I couldn't depend on my depends. And my urologist said, you need Cialis. And I said, I need Cialis? Did you Cialis? Did you Cialis? Did you Cialis? Did you Cialis? Has anybody seen Fat Ugly Alice? Paging Fat Ugly Alice. Paging Fat Ugly Alice. Paging my ex-wife. She's fat and ugly too. And then my urologist said, what color is your urine? I said, what does that matter? He said, well, if it's bright yellow, I need a sample. I said, why? Hey, he said, so I can make an after-dinner drink for my mother-in-law. And before I was leaving, I said, hey, doc, my balls always itch. And he said, scratch them. This next medical bromide I'm going to present to you is very embarrassing and very confidential, so please keep it here among us on ATL Digital Comedy here on Instagram. I went to my psychiatrist. Yes, I did. I went to my psychiatrist because I get intimidated, afraid, and scared when I meet an attractive lady who I'm interested in. You know, fear of rejection. So my psychiatrist said, when you meet an attractive lady who you're interested in, you must visualize her sitting on the toilet and leaving loud farts. Then you won't be intimidated and you'll be able to pursue a relationship with that lady. Great advice. So then I met an attractive lady who I was interested in. You're missing anybody here. I don't think so. Yeah, some more folks stopped by. Thank you. Thanks everybody out there in the audience. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, so then I met an attractive lady who I was interested in, but I couldn't visualize her sitting on the toilet leaving loud farts. So then I had a brainstorm. I waited till she went in the ladies' room. Then I waited a while. Then I went in the ladies' room, and I slowly pushed open each stall door, till finally I pushed open her stall door, and there she was, in all her splendor, sitting on the toilet and leaving loud farts. Then I could visualize. Yes. My criminal hearing is October 29th. Yes. Yeah, there's help at work last Monday morning. There's help because somebody left the back door of the building propped open all weekend. When they came in Monday morning, they found squatters in the ladies' room. I sneezed the other day and someone said, bless you. And I said, thank you. I started wondering, what happens when an atheist sneezes and someone says, bless you? Do they say thank you or, fuck off, asshole? You know, I'm having a really crazy day today. I mean, every day I have is fucking crazy, but today is really fucking crazy because I was in the grocery store today, and a lady walked right up to me and she said, do you believe in love at first sight? Before I could answer, I realized, she had a glass eye. I was leaving work on Friday, and the guy stopped me and said, hey, if I don't see you, have a good weekend. And I said, what if you do see me? Should I eat shit and croak? And yes. Anybody have a neighbor they hate? Anybody have a neighbor they hate? I have 48. One of the neighbors is a mail-order bride from Indonesia. She left there to escape the tsunami. Now she's living next door, sucking his salami. Yes. And, oh boy. Are we missing anybody? I don't think we're missing anybody. Just must make sure we say hello to everybody. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciate you. I got more funny shit to talk about, so hang around. 10 more minutes. Because I got a lot of shit to talk about. And yeah. And you know, we live in a racist society, and I got the evidence to prove it. Exhibit A, McDonald's. Exhibit B, Ronald McDonald. Exhibit C, each year, blacks spend millions of dollars at McDonald's. Exhibit D, in return, McDonald's gives them high cholesterol, diabetes, and let's see, cholesterol, diabetes, and heart disease. And a white clown. Yes, Ronald McDonald. He stands for truth, justice, and the American way. Something leads one to believe, will there be a black Ronald McDonald? Well, maybe, just maybe, if McDonald's profits crash, the corporate board might panic and decide that a black Ronald McDonald will jumpstart sales. So does that mean there'll be a black Ronald McDonald? Fuck no! You know, and I know, that you know, that I know, that you know, that I know, that you know, that I know. He'll be Ronaldo McMack. Ronaldo McMack. I'm thinking about joining a church. Yes, I am. I'm thinking about joining a church. Thinking about joining a church. Because I need a church family. I need a church family. Like I need a second hole up my ass. You know, I'm thinking about joining one of these mega churches. Everybody's flocking to these mega churches. Ooh, there goes my hat. Yeah, everybody's flocking to these mega churches. You know, they're all the rage now. You know, a car dealer goes out of business. A car dealer goes out of boom. It's a mega church. You know, they're popping up everywhere like fucking tumors. And so I went to visit a mega church. Oh, and I went to visit a mega church, and everyone there was born again. So I asked my mom. She said once is enough. And there's a young hip pastor at the door greeting everyone. You know, the young hip pastor with the yuppie douchebag haircut. You know, looks like he fell asleep on a barber chair. And the yuppie douchebag young minister at the door greeting everyone was wearing a T-shirt because he's a cool guy. You know, he's a cool guy. You know, you got to hang out with this guy because he's wearing a T-shirt. He's wearing a T-shirt, and the T-shirt says "All In," not Tony Viagra. All in. What the fuck is all in? Probably some kind of code for Satan. You know, if I was a young hip pastor at that church, I'd be wearing a T-shirt too. Not this T-shirt. No, I would. I'd be wearing a T-shirt too. And my T-shirt would say, "Suck my dick." And that's code for "suck my dick." So I'm trying to figure out, why are these mega churches so popular? Is it because of the live Christian rock music, or the coffee bar? Or is it because they don't have priests running around trying to fuck kids in their ass? You know, speaking of priests, I need an audience with the Pope because I got a dilemma. And when I get my audience with the Pope, I'm going to say, Holy Father, I got a dilemma. A dilemma. A dilemma. A dilemma. I got a dilemma. I need more sleep. Holy Father, I need more sleep. I got a dilemma. A dilemma. I got a dilemma. Holy Father, I got a dilemma. On the first date, does a real lady let you lick her asshole? Let you lick her asshole. Everybody together. On three. Get ready. Everybody out there in cyberspace. On three. 1, 2, 3. Let you lick her asshole. You know, I'm getting tired of this bullshit dressing up like a fucking moron to make people laugh, because I can do better than this, and I will, because I'm going to start the Tony Viagra TV ministry. Yes, the Tony Viagra TV ministry. So send your prayer dollars in now to 1-800-BIG-BULLSHIT. And send your prayer dollars in now to Tony Viagra Ministry. Send your prayer dollars, or God will fart in your face. Yes, God will fart in your face. And God's farts are powerful farts. And God's farts are loud farts. And God's farts stink like hell. So send your prayer dollars in now. And if you need to heal, I just took my medication. If you need to heal, send your prayer dollars in now, and old dogs will heal. Speaking of dogs, I love dogs. Yes, I do. I love dogs. I really do. I've had some great rescues. And man, do I miss them. Oh my. They ripped my heart out when they left. They're so great. All 4 of them. So great. We can learn so much from dogs. You know, their unbreakable loyalty, their kindness, their devotion. And I can learn a couple things from dogs too, like when I meet a lady for the first time, I should get down on all 4s and curl up behind her and start sniffing her ass to get to know her. And if she starts farting in my face, I know she either has diverticulitis or irritable bowel syndrome, and just looking for my health insurance. But, if she lets me start dry humping her leg, I'll know she's hot, and I'll invite her to a candlelight dinner. And at the end of the dinner, I'll sniff the candle to make sure she wasn't fucking around while I was in the men's room. But if she's a big dud, I'll lift my leg on her. Are we missing anyone? I think somebody else joined. Yeah, man. I just want to tell everybody how much I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Yeah, man. There's some new folks. Yeah, a couple folks. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Man. Yeah, what is up? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate all you be out there tonight. Really appreciate you. I hope we're making you laugh. You know, speaking of dogs, when I'm reincarnated, and I come back in my next life, I'm coming back as a pug. So I'm coming back as a pug. So I can walk around town and show everybody my asshole. You know, I love horses. Anybody there love horses too? I love horses. You know, as a kid, I always wanted a horse. The closest I ever got was when I got married. I wound up with a horse's ass. I got bad news, folks. I was talking about this, that I'm politically correct, feminists love me, and you want to buy a fucking bridge. And so anyways, along those same lines, I got bad news. I was doing stand-up at a lesbian birthday party. Now, you can't make this shit up. Can't make it up because it's true. It really happened. What happened was somebody reached out to me on the internet and said, hey, do you want to do stand-up at my wife's surprise birthday party at some restaurant? I said, of course. But you must know, I'm Tony Viagra. And I say some bad words. Oh, boy. So I even sent an old Tony Viagra video. And that's cool. It's all adults. That's cool. Okay, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool. So, okay, we agreed on a price, which was way too low, I might add. And I went to the restaurant on the day of the surprise birthday party. And I walked in the back to talk to the husband. And the husband was sitting there. And the husband was a he who looked like a she. I mean, the husband was a she. Excuse me, I'm all fucked. The husband was a she who looked like a he. There we got it. I got it. The husband was a she. She was a she who looked like a he. You know, with the pompadour haircut and the big black horn-rimmed glasses. And the first thing the husband said to me is, no gay jokes. And I said, I don't do gay jokes. And then the husband said, I'm going to introduce you as my friend Steve from work. Yeah, I'm your friend Steve from work. You must work in a fucking mental hospital. Okay. And then these fat, ugly lesbian couples. I'm not being judgmental, folks. I'm just being factually correct. These fat, ugly lesbian couples come marching in. Look like they're just marching out of the pasture that they're going to feed. Okay. And, oh, everybody. And oh, here's my friend Steve from work. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. And then the surprise birthday girl comes marching in wearing a big banner. A big fucking banner like they were in a beauty pageant. It says like surprise birthday girl. She said like surprise birthday heifer because that's what she looked like. Okay. And the husband introduces me. It's Tony Viagra, the gangster comedy. And I start doing my material. And I got a big briefcase. Start doing my material. And they're laughing, you know, and then, hey, pretty Jennifer, and thanks for stopping by, and they're laughing, and they sound like Blacktooth or the Soupy Sailor Show. Remember that show? I bet you don't, but I do. And then about 10 minutes into my set, somebody taps me on the shoulder. It was a surprise birthday girl. And I said, too over the edge? And she said, I'm over the edge. And then the husband pointed at me and said, you leave now. And I said, can I have another bottle of beer? And I said, yes. So I grabbed another bottle of beer and I left. I didn't get my fucking promised dinner. Fuck them. So I'll get my bottle of beer and I left. Now what's the moral of this story? The moral to the story is, I was doing some lesbian birthday party, and I got thrown out because I was the biggest dick in the room. And it's only dick in the room. And that insult to injury, the husband went on the internet and trashed me to shit, threw me under the bus for doing exactly what I told the husband I would do because the husband was trying to save face with the wife who was pissed off. And that's a real rotten fucking motherfucking dirty stunt. Okay, so fuck them. Okay, but I want to mention, before we leave tonight, time goes very fast, doesn't it? Before we leave tonight, I want to mention that I'm not so jaded that I'm still available to do stand-up at lesbian birthday parties. So, if you're having a lesbian birthday party and you need stand-up comedy, reach out to Tony. TonyViagraComedy@gmail.com. Reach out to Tony. You believe that fucking shit? I got a bridge for sale. Anyways, you know, folks, sad to say that time has run out. Another Saturday night of ATL Digital Comedy with Tony Viagra, the gangster comedy. And I'll be back next Saturday. I will be back next Saturday and at 10 p.m. So tell all your friends that it's a good idea to tune in because Tony might make you laugh. So I want to thank everybody out there in the cyber audience for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. You're all awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. And until next week, I want to thank all cowgirls, old cowboys and cowgirls out there, all those cowpokes. I want to thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for stopping by. Until next week, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Peace.